Boop! What's up guys, it's Beanie and welcome to Wild Beanie Wave. I thought it would be fun for today's video to go over anime figures that I'm currently watching on draft from my figure collection. And if you're asking yourself, what's a draft? A draft is basically an anime figure that's been announced and is currently in progress before the pre-order stage. And if you're asking, what's my figure collection? I'm going to assume you're very new to the hobby, which I will say, stop. Run! There's still time for you, don't look back. I'm kidding. Where am I? My figure collection is basically the largest database of anime figures from Japanese companies that I at least know of. I plan to do a video very soon in the future talking about my figure collection, so look forward to that. Just don't hold me to any specific dates. Howdy, wanted to further clarify because I'm a derp, but on my figure collection, it doesn't only have to be Japanese companies, it could also be Japanese properties as well that are allowed. So an example, you could be like a Japanese company making Star Wars figures, or you can be an American company making Hajime Mega figures, as long as it's Japanese. So Japanese company, Japanese property, one or the other, or both. Okay, bye. But I thought it'd be fun to just talk about figures that I'm excited for. So I've got my iPad out and we are going to go over the figures that I have on watch. And by the way, if you guys want to follow me in my figure collection, I would love to have more friends and talk with you guys. I am Wild Beanie, WYLDPHINNI. I will have it up on the screen. Be my friend, okay? All right, so let's start off this list with the figure that I think everybody has literally been waiting for and has their eye on, and that is the Toga from My Hero Academia 1/7 scale by Spirit Tales. And if you ask me, I personally think Spirit Tales must not like money because this figure has been on the prototype stage unpainted for an unreasonable amount of time that feels like just absolute torture at this point. Like, this is the only Toga figure that I want, and I want it so badly. Just freaking paint it already, Spirit Tales. Her face is perfect, like the best yandere face with her tongue out, which I think I have a thing for tongues at this point, good God. And that base is phenomenal, like all the rubble and the symbolism to Toga's character, just... And also it's not too overwhelming, like there's a lot going on, but I feel like the figure herself is still the emphasis, the main star of it, so it's a good balance between base and figure, you know what I'm saying? And I know that Spirit Tales is still a new manufacturing company, but if they're coming right out of the gate with stuff like this, then I think only good things can come from them, right? Famous last words.
Wow, I'm taking so long to edit that the painted prototype leaked. And you know what, guys? I don't know how to feel. It's not an instant PO for me just yet. Now, these are lower quality photos, but the base that I was so excited about kind of looks muddled and dark. So maybe when better quality photos come out, I'll think differently. But right now, I'm on the fence about this one. So let me know what you guys think also.
And moving on to another hype anime, we got some Jujutsu Kaisen figures by Kotobukiya. And they all have the same image card, so I'll just be showing that, but they are of Maki, Toge, Panda, and Nanami. I don't plan to pick up the Toge or Panda, but I have been known to be very easily swayed, so we'll see. I would like Nanami and Maki, and I have the other Jujutsu Kaisen figures of Yuji, Nobara, and Megumi, and they're pretty good. And Kotobukiya always has a great price point, so I look forward to see what they do. Could you imagine if Nanami came with a bonus head exclusive, like one with his Morpheus glasses and one without? Be still, my weeby heart. So even more Jujutsu Kaisen figures because I have a problem, but I've got my eye on Sukuna and Nanami from Eastream. And they already have their unpainted prototypes out and they look bomb. Oh my god. The Sukuna? Unreal, with him ripping his shirt, exposing all his tattoos, and like his open mouth sculpt. It's killing me. It is killing me. But we will see. Like, there's not a lot of Sukuna figures out on the market yet. So I don't know if I want to dedicate myself to this Sukuna or wait a little bit longer to see if there's like another one maybe of him in his kimono. Because I really like the Figure Art Zero one that they did. Like that, if they made that into a scale, pre-order so fast, honey. But this one, I'm gonna wait. But I am impressed with what I see so far. And Nanami, it's got me feeling like a certain type of way. And I'm too embarrassed to say what that is. Like, he is looking fine, like so slick, so smooth. He's more of a basic, normal looking character, but they did him justice with this pose and this sculpt and like the way he's like grabbing his tie to loosen it. Icing on the cake for me. I'm really interested to see how they will paint Nanami especially. I want to know if they're gonna like make his Morpheus glasses clear so you can see his eyes underneath, kind of like the Nendoroid. We will see. But I'm hoping that these figures aren't too badly priced. Like, I know figures have gone up because Gojo cost about 19k yen, which was not bad for what you get, but I'm afraid these might be more. But I don't know if it's at like 20k yen, I think it's doable. If not, I may see what Kodabukiya does, so. Because I'm not gonna get two Nanamis, even though I want to. I have to pick one.
So it should be said, they are doing the almost full cast for JJK. Where is our Queen E-Stream? Disgraceful, absolute disgrace. But Megumi and Yuji have been announced, and since they were doing the manga cover theme for Gojo, I hope that they get the same treatment, because I think it would be so cool to see Megumi's like demon owl Nue, whatever its name is, and Yuji from manga cover 1. If they did these, instant PO, y'all. Instant PO.
Even more hype animes because I'm basic like that, but we got Gyu from Kimetsu no Yaiba 1/8 scale by Alter. And it should be said that Alter is my number one. I absolutely adore them, especially when they do male figures, which I feel like they have not done in so long. Like, I get it, Alter, you're in your Azur Lane phase, okay? But I need you to come back and give me male figures. Y'all who are Azur Lane collectors are so well fed, and I'm here starving, so Alter, please. But there's only an image card for him, and I don't have a Gyu figure yet, but I really, really want one. So I am really looking forward to when this one comes out. I'm sure it's not going to be anything crazy or extravagant with the base, but I know Alter will always deliver on the best sculpt and the best paint job. I know with the Azur Lane figures, they have the two versions, the one with the figure and the one with like the backdrop base. Can they make one of Gyu with just him and then maybe like his water dragon in the background for the more expensive one? I'd do it. Okay, so I think it's time, since we're such good friends now and all, that I out myself and let the truth be known that I have got Albedo brain rot, and I don't know what to do about it, except buy more Albedo figures. Because the next figure we have here is Albedo from Overlord, obviously, by Fat Company. And I don't own anything Fat Company, and this might be my first one, but this Albedo figure looks pretty good. I'm not too crazy about the face, but those wings, that wing sculpt, that's how you do it, honey. It looks so good, like they're displayed so beautifully. And you can definitely tell the sculpt work on each individual feather. Maybe I'll like her more on the face when she's painted, which I heard that is what Fat Company does the best, is their paint. So definitely looking out for this one. although I might be in my 40s by the time I finally get her, because it sounds like that company just does not want to release figures. They just want to hold on to them like a precious child and never let them go. And we have another Albedo that I'm watching because obviously I got the sickness, but this time it is by Spirit Tales, and you cannot blame me for wanting this because this is no longer an anime figure. No, this is sculpture. Like, this is art. I don't think I've ever seen a figure like this except maybe for that one Miku one by Good Smile, but this is just on a league of its own, you guys, this Albedo figure. I know it's based off an illustration, which I'll put on the screen. Like, the perspective, the depth perception, everything about this is so eye-catching. From a distance, you're like, what's going on? But then when you get up close, you're like, oh my god, like... Obviously, she's on this painted picture, but just looking at the sculpt work of the border alone is enough for me to want this. And the way the wings are displayed and her hair and the composition of her body, like, I really want this one. Plus the way her eyes are peeking from her head tilt and that indented like lip sculpt. Please, please, Spirit Tales, I don't know you, you don't know me, but paint this girl so I can have her. And plus it looks like she's wearing a different type of outfit, so I feel less bad about getting another Albedo. Yes, I do have 10 Albedos with minimal differences, just the way I like it. The only thing I'm worried about is when you display it, are you going to be able to even see her face at will, like facing forward, or are you going to have to tilt this figure? But I guess we'll see when it's painted and up for pre-order. What is next? What is next? What? Alright, so this one is predictably very hyped. But it is of the Radio Eva Part 2 Kaoru. And it should be said that Kaoru is actually my favorite character of Evangelion. Every time I see that boy, I cry a little bit and die inside because I just care too much. But I actually prefer his Part 2 outfit way more than Part 1. Like, I love all the layering of clothing, which since he's such a small framed character, he can do the layering look so well. And I'll put a picture on the screen of what the clothing should look like colored, but I think that there's actually a texture of plaid in there too. I love the layering, I love all the different textures of fabrics, I love the flow. This boy has got a lot of good drip, and I also like the head position, which, why am I mimicking it? I'm so sorry.
Alright, we got a B-style that I almost forgot to mention, this time of Mir Campbell from Gundam Seed Destiny. I am a fake fan because I actually quite loathe Gundam Seed. The only things I enjoyed were Locus and Kigali, so I never made a Destiny. But I absolutely adore the Locus B-style. I'm so upset that I missed out on it, and Mir is basically a carbon copy lookalike to her, so definitely watching out for this one, and the pose actually looks really promising.
Hello, 'tis I once again popping in. I just wanted to give forewarning because, like, I realize maybe this is a sensitive topic for some, but we're going to be going into more lewd figures, so there will be mentions of nudity and BL. So this is your forewarning. If you don't like that type of stuff, maybe it's time to click out of the video. But then again, I checked my analytics and, like, my age group is 24 plus, so you did that. I'm so proud of y'all. No children here, but if you are a child and you somehow got here, go away. Okay, so that concludes the safer work figures. Now it's time to move on to the more lewd figures, because I'm finally at my fullest potential of degeneracy. Mom must be so proud. Alright, which one should we start off with? Ooh, this is a good one right here. So it is of an original character called Miyu by Binding. And y'all, I have fallen down the black hole, which is Binding, and I already have one on pre-order, which look forward to that in the future. But there's only an image card of this illustration, but this illustration looks so freaking cute. oh, I want this to be a figure so badly. I don't know what she is, if she's like a cat or a fox. She's got the big ears and I live for it, and the big floopy tail. I also like how this is a more monochromatic look with her being super pale and everything else being white. So obviously they need to bring it with the shading, which I know they will, because people only talk great things about binding, which is what freeing should be, but alas. Gosh, her face looks so cute, and I love all the detail work of her outfit and the garter belts. It's gonna be so great, and I just want her. Plus, like, binding figures are a whole level of hell in itself with the aftermarket. So I will keep a very, 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 very close watch on this one, whatever she does actually become, like a sculpted prototype. And we've got another bunny girl on the list. This time the name is original character. I'll take it. Original character by Native and manufactured by Rocket Boy. So I don't own anything Rocket Boy yet. I know that they do really fun expressions for their figures, and this one is no exception. It's another illustration card, but this illustration is just everything. The color in her eyes is so fun. I love the little heart on her cheek. The outfit is, I love it. She's like a court gesture with a cane, and the floppy ears is a really cute addition. Why do I keep, maybe I have problems with gesturing things with my hands, I'm sorry. But the floppy ears will be fun. I don't have a floppy eared bunny yet, so this is gonna be great. Okay, so now that we've finished with the ladies, let's move on to the gentlemen. I don't know what this is about, and I find this prototype to be the strangest prototype I've ever come across, and you will see why in just a second. But it is of Toa from Slow Damage by Native, and if you are like, is that guy sitting on a toilet naked? You would be right, because that's exactly what it is. I absolutely thrive on the comments on my figure collection. They are wonderful and hilarious, but everyone seems to be excited for this figure. I don't know Slow Damage. I know it's like an action adventure video game, and by action adventure I mean everyone's fun. But it is of a man's love video game. And I know one of the potential people you can get with is a doctor, which I'm like, honey, always go for the doctor. But the main guy named Toa looks like this tortured emo artist, which my heart pitter-patters for such. And I'm like conflicted, because I can't tell if this is a weird anime figure or like modern art, you know? Because in the illustration picture where it's based off of, he's in like this dystopian place that's all broken with light, natural light coming in, and he's like the only one half dressed sitting on a toilet with his peen out. So I'm like, maybe it's too artistic for my brain to handle. I don't know. I feel like if I had this figure alone in a white room with like light shining on it, I could potentially charge people to look at it and call it art. I don't know. I'm just a weird person. I'm very curious how this is gonna turn out. And there's a part of me that wants to flex that I have like a hot anime guy on a toilet figure. I never said you come to this channel for common sense. Hot guy sitting on a toilet, sitting on a toilet, sitting on a toilet with his dick out. Sing with me, my friends. And we are finally at the last one, which I saved best for last, because this is the one that I am most excited for out of everything, and I have even started saving up for it for when it does come out on pre-order. But it is of Alba and Kojoku from Dramatical Murder by Native. And I don't know the source material very well at all. Do not come at me. Should I just start playing these yaoi games in my 30s? I feel like it's the time. But man, I am so stoked for these figures. Like, I check the MFC page every freaking day to see if they finally got painted or not, and if I can finally buy them. I know this from another action-packed porn video game. And I also know that Alba looks like a 90s to early 2000s club raver kid with an emo hair aesthetic. And that, like, he has a dog that turns into a guy, and that and there's a whole bunch of other guys that get down and dirty. So I know everything that I need to know, obviously. Anyway, I think the sculpt work on both these male figures is divine. They look like marble Greek gods. Like, the sculpting is on a different level. And I actually really like the original artwork that they're basing this off of. I will try to show, maybe only from the waist up. I don't know what YouTube will allow. Obviously they're not wearing much, but there's just so much attention to detail, especially on the clothing, well, like the limited clothing that's on there. The face sculpts are superb. Like, I love the nose, I love the indented lips, the hair is so pointy and sharp, and we finally have nipples on a male figure. God bless. And we love a man with a tribal tattoo. It's just unfortunate that it's on the side where he's holding Alba. I would have loved it if he would have switched so we could see more of the tattoo. And I think this is a cast-off figure where you can take off the hot pants and have the jiggly bits all out and exposed. So hey, more bang for your buck. I keep giggling because it's ridiculous, and I'm like kind of embarrassed that I want this, but kind of not. Like, I'm at the point where I don't care if I have guests come over asking about it, because all I'm gonna do is just smile and stare at them and then tell them telepathically, like, why are you surprised? But yeah, this is my number one that I'm excited for. There's no way that it's gonna be a 1/4. I wish it was. Well, do I want that much? Maybe, I don't know, I have to think about it. It's probably gonna be a 1/8, but I'm hoping for a 1/7. I'm hoping for a 1/7. Plus, like, I freaking love the haircut Alba has, because listen, he's a cute boy, but I'm not here for the emo mullet. Like, I'm glad they gave the boy a haircut. I much prefer him like half naked than his original outfit, honestly. Are those fighting words? I'm sorry. No, I'm not. All right, that's it. Those are all the anime figures on draft that I'm currently watching. And y'all have to let me know if you guys are also watching any of these figures, or if this video possibly inspired you to look into some. I would love to know. Hopefully this video is refreshing. I wanted to do something different than hauls or reviews to at least break up the monotony for me. But if you like hauls, don't worry. There is another one coming up very soon, so look forward to that. But once again, thank you guys so much for your time. It means a lot. And if you would like to communicate with me more, all my socials will be linked down below. I would love to hear more from you. And with that, I hope all of you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And until we meet again, goodbye.